A Philadelphia-based political organization is heavily involved in Mayor Gainey's re-election effort, funding attack ads against Corey O'Connor while supplying organizers to work on Gainey's campaign.
And now O'Connor's campaign is raising the question, is it a violation of state campaign finance law? Here's KDKA lead investigator Andy Sheehan.
It's called the Pennsylvania Working Families Party, the state chapter of a national political organization dedicated to the election of progressive candidates. And it's funding attack ads like this one on behalf of Mayor Ed Gainey.
Now O'Connor's selling out, opposing Mayor Gainey and Democrats' plans to make homes in Pittsburgh more affordable.
Under what are called independent expenditures, political action committees like Working Families can spend unlimited amounts of money, as long as they don't coordinate their efforts with a candidate's campaign. How then are organizers from Working Families working directly on the mayor's campaign? The Gainey campaign confirms that Shoshana Israel, Elias Bartholomew, and Nick Gavio have been organizing events and strategies. But in a statement, the campaign says there is no communication between those people and those making the ads, saying there is a firewall between them. Quote, like all Democratic campaigns, the Gainey campaign receives support from many unions, community organizations, and political allies. All of that support is done in full compliance with local, state, and federal campaign finance laws.
So technically, there are ways to structure that would not be a violation of the law, but you really have to take a healthy skepticism when you take a look at that to see how, if that in fact is what is playing out.
Naturally, the O'Connor campaign is crying foul. While the PAC Common Sense has made independent expenditures for anti-Gainey ads, the O'Connor campaign says no one from that PAC is working directly on their campaign. Independent political campaign veterans like Mike Butler say the Working Families arrangement raises serious questions. Butler says a PAC simultaneously making independent expenditures and having employees working on a campaign can be legal but may not pass the smell test. And he says there are other concerns.
I think it raises some questions. I mean, who's actually paying for their services? Depending on that, you could get a campaign in hot water if they're not paying for professional services that are being rendered to them.
Two Working Families PACs have made dual $5,000 direct contributions to the Gainey campaign, the maximum allowed by law. If Working Families is in effect donating the work of those employees, it would seem to exceed the maximums in the form of in-kind contributions. Butler says to make their employment legal, the Gainey campaign could pay them directly, but in the past 3 campaign filings, they are not listed under expenditures. The Gainey campaign had no further comment, but spending on both these campaigns continues to escalate all the way to the May primary. Andy Sheehan, KDKA-TV News.